Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of the AMT Lowboy trailer build. I promise that by the end of the video the suspension will be together, but there's a question I wanted to answer from, I got a comment from the last video, and also to show you a little technique here to get these cross members to fit, the axle tubes to fit right. So Dan, I think it's Eichelberger, I think I got that right, asked one, what wheels come with the kit, and it's these the 5-spoke wheels. And secondly, how long is the trailer? So if I measured the frame rails, there's 2 sets of rails, one for the beaver tail portion and one for the drop deck portion, and it scales out to just about 42 feet. So if you're looking to see how long this is, it's 41 feet 8 inches, and then I believe the light panel that goes on back would probably bring it to 42. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was, here's the springs. I mentioned in the other video that the way this is cast, it's a little bit off. So one of the things I was going to run into when I went to test fit this is that you see how can't quite get the basically these cover plates to look like they're matching up to the spring pack, right? They're supposed to be like either a U-bolt or a bore in there to bolt this down. So if you look, you'll see these red dots. I've already finished sanding them. So what I'm going to show you is what I did to use the part and make it into a sanding stick. So nothing special. I just this I believe is 180 grit. The number of the grit wasn't there, but it feels like 180. So cut this little strip. I have Scotch brand double-sided tape. Cut that there. Then stick a piece there. I'm going to put one more little piece. Right. Get my part. Just going to wrap this around. Okay. So now I got basically the radius of this part, and if you take a look, try and hold this steady, but it's almost like on a diagonal, right? Like one half is offset to the left side's a little bit offset towards, if I do it this way, towards the right. And so when I go to put this on, what was happening is it's not really allowing it to get down and be flush. So what I'm going to do is just, see if I can get this right angle here. Just sit this in here. I'm going to do this probably a little bit away from the camera so I can see what I'm doing better, but I'm just going to use it to break this edge and get this side to sit back a little bit more. Then you'll see that this will fit. And how I'm going to do it, I'm just going to basically roll this in like this. Hope you see this. Alright, nothing too special. I'm going to just do a little bit more off camera here for a second. So I'd use it with my little visor down, so up the visor so I can see better. But so this is really what I'm looking at doing. Hopefully this picks up. I'm really just sanding the left side, even though I really can't see what I'm doing right now, but that's okay. And I'm not looking to make it perfect, just enough to get that to open up and that this will sit better. Right. And I can use the other part. I mean, it's close enough. Where is it? Here it is. So let's see how I did here. Okay, so I can see I have a little more to go. Oh, wrong way. That's the way it should go. Yep, it's almost there. I'm just going to go a little bit more. You can see if I can even, once you get it started and you break that edge, you don't even have to hold the sandpaper anymore. You can just rotate that through. little bit faster for me just doing it a little bit closer that I can see. Alright. And then once you get that part, you can even come in and then just go and do this. Do it side to side. That should give me the radius that I'm looking for. Part. Alright, so if I let you take a look there, see how that's a little bit better. So there's a lot of different surfaces, right? If this is uneven here, or if these plates are uneven, it's going to have a little bit of an impact. So I just want to do is have enough in there so I can move it up and, in this plane up and down, or in and out, however you want to say it, to give me 4 degrees of freedom so I can get this square when I go to put it together. So I just want to show you a little thing that you can make the part into your sanding stick, so you don't have to worry about having the right round tube. And alright, that's going to be it for now, and I will be back with this together. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I got the suspension all put together. The pieces that bolt up to the frame, I only have this inside piece glued in case I have to break that free once I set it and see if it's level against the frame. I also went ahead and started to put the frame together. This is the back half of the frame, and the instructions have you start from the front and work your way to the back. This is upside down, it actually sits like this. But what I want to do is I wanted to put this together before I glued these pieces on, just to see if I was in the ballpark. And they have these little tabs, and this just sits like this. Whoops. So you go. So that's what this is going to look like. So in putting this together, just one thing I figure I'll point out that I found, if you look at the cross members, they don't go all the way to the frame rails. And that's on all of them. Now the way you take a quick look here, it's got start at the front, work your way to the back, and then assemble these cross members and put the rear member on. So what I did is I put the rear on, and I built these 2 beams that sit in here. And by the way, so when I mentioned earlier that this was a 42-foot trailer, it's actually 39 feet 9 inches, because this is actually in here up to this third section of the frame. So you lose a little bit of that. So I built these beams, and so here's one of them. And the reason for it is, you see these are notched. So this was going to set the frame width, because I was working, from the back. So what I do is I built this. This piece is just a straight piece that I glued in, and I glued in the back piece. And this goes this way. And that gave me the width between the frame rails. So what I was able to do is make sure all this was square. Oh, come on. And that was if I can. Come on. There you go. This pops down. This actually sits below the rail. Like that. And I have a little bow in the rail, so what I had this out, and I had put this in some warm water and put some weight on it. I'm going to have to put a little bit more heat into it, I think, to just this leading edge is just bowed down, so I have to straighten that out. But this helped establish the width. So if I would have sanded the cross members so that they would have touched, this whole frame would have been pinched in, so that would have been bad news. This measures out inside to inside. It's a touch under, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it's a touch under 1 5/16. It's actually, if you get down to the nitty gritty, it's 1 9/32 is how I read it off of here. So this is the same all the way up and down. So I know that this is square. So that's where I am with this. this will be interesting because until I put the wheels, the axles in to see how this sits, if these aren't dead center in here or whatever, this may be a little bit off. I may have to sand these or sand them all, or put a little shim in there or something to try and raise it up. We'll see how that all goes to make sure that this goes this way, that this sits level. But just coming along, I'm going to keep these separate like this because it'll be easier for me to paint. So I'm going to prime both of these, and I still have to work forward on the rest of the trailer and then see how well that looks, and then I'll wind up doing the priming. So I'm in North Jersey, so we're looking for a blizzard come Tuesday, so maybe that'll be a snow day and a modeling day. We'll see how that works out, but that's where I'm at. It's coming along pretty good, and we'll talk to you soon. Alright, take care.